Well, hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, you know what? Today's Thursday, June the 25th, 2020. Have a happy birthday shout out going out to Keith C., neighbor across the street from him way back when I was just a little boy. Yep. And then Shenandoah Conrad and Elaine Parker. So, without further ado, I don't know if it's Laney or Lane. She's cute, whatever. Anyway, uh, that being said, how about a birthday song for the three of yous? All right. Oh, well, alrighty then. Here we go. I said, hey, Keith, Shenandoah, and Laney. Hey, yard, it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You know you're 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. I said, hey, Keith, Shenandoah, and Lane. I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I'ma say. You know you're a girl 1 more year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. And many more. Yeah, cha 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 cha. Alrighty, there you go, the three of you. I hope you're having a very happy, very, very happy birthday. And then let's see, I got a Facebook post shout out going out to Amanda Sue Little. That's not a post, it's a poke. That's right, Amanda Sue Little is my pokey friend. And well, she's the only one that poked me today. So I'm poking you back right here, right now, on the Shen Show. Yep, that's right. Okie dokie, my little pokey friend. You have been poked. Tag, you're it. Of course, when I get back over to Facebook, you'll already be there with a poke. I know, because, well, that's just the way you are. And I love it. I like to be poked in the ribs. It gets my giggle on. Alrighty, that being said, let's see what else we got going on. How about some local weather? Yeah, local weather. We'll do that. Local weather is going to be brought to you today by Family First Home Healthcare. That's right, Family First Home Healthcare LLC is a home healthcare agency out in the St. Charles area. Illinois. They serve the greater state of Illinois, Missouri, and the counties all across the area. Yes, sir, all the way out into just this side of Lincoln County. So Lake St. Louis, I think, is about as far out as they stretch. Office is in Westport Plaza. But let me get some phone numbers for you. Okie dokie. Wake up. Start that pad. Family first. Go to sleep. Yeah, that's right. Phone numbers for you. Go ahead and call the work phone at 636-734-9802. Speak to either Brandy or Tracy, whoever happens to pick up, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or you can contact Tracy directly. She is the owner-operator of Family First Home Healthcare, LLC, at 636-757-3811. All right, and you can contact her most any time, I imagine. Anyway, or you can go online on the web, surfing the World Wide Web. You can go to Family First, that's family, 1st, hhc.com, or the same at gmail.com. Family, 1st, hhc.com. Alrighty then. Now then, for today's weather, the temperature outside is right out 90 degrees, and the sun is shining down. Shining brightly, if you please. Anyway, partly cloudy skies overnight, lows around 72 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be light and variable. Now for Friday, June the 26th, except for a few afternoon clouds, mainly sunny. Well, they say mainly sunny, but we're supposed to be getting that Sahara dust in, and so may not be so sunny, depending on what's going on. Says Friday night, it's going to roll in through Friday night through Saturday, and so a lot of it might come down as rain because after the mainly sunny skies at 94 degrees, there's going to be winds directly up out of the south, which means it means where it's hitting the Gulf today, it'll be coming in tomorrow, and the southerly winds are at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, it's going to be partly cloudy late tonight, and with thunderstorms, and lows around 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which winds are still straight up out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain are 40%. Now for Saturday, June the 27th, scattered thunderstorms and hazy. That's probably the dust. Highs around 83 degrees Fahrenheit, winds west to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, chances of rain 50%. Now, scattered thunderstorms during the evening becoming more widespread overnight. Storms may contain strong and gusty winds. Lows around 71 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. Now then, Sunday, June the 28th, scattered thunderstorms in the morning. Cloudy skies, late hazy, and highs around 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and chances of rain 50%. So it's a hit and miss situation. Hopefully it won't be too muddy in my mom and dad's front yard because, well, we're supposed to be having a Father's Day celebration that day. So, well, you know, we're belated. Sometimes you just get a little belated on some of your stuff. You just don't get all caught up all at once. Anyway, Sunday night, a few clouds from time to time, lows near 73 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be light and variable. It's too bad it's going to be so cloudy and rainy because with this Sahara dust, it's supposed to be very, very beautiful sunsets and stuff, like a lot of light, a lot of vivid colors and stuff, but we're going to probably miss out on that. Doggone it. Anyway, Monday, June the 29th, partly cloudy skies in the morning will give way to cloudy skies during the afternoon. A stray shower here and there, or possibly a thunderstorm. Highs around 94 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few clouds from time to time, lows around 73 overnight, winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Tuesday, to wind up our 5-day forecast, Tuesday, June the 30th, partly cloudy skies, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. Highs around 91 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 50%. Now we also have isolated thunderstorms coming in throughout the night. Scattered clouds with possibility of an isolated thunderstorm developing overnight. Lows with about 72 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 30%. That concludes our 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area, brought to you today by Family First Home Healthcare LLC. That's right, contact them via cell phone or work phone at 636-734-9802 or 636-757-3811. Alrighty then. There you have it. Look at what happened here. I said, hello, baby. Yes, this is the Big Bopper speaking. You know what I want, you sweet thing, you. Do I what? Will I what? Oh, baby, you know what I like. A Chantilly lace and a pretty face, a ponytail hanging down, a wiggle in your walk and a giggle in your talk. Makes the world go round, round, round. Ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real loose like a long-necked goose. Oh, baby, that's what I like. Oh, well, what's that, baby? But, but, oh, honey, but, oh, baby, you know what I like. Chantilly lace and a pretty face, a ponytail hanging down, a wiggle in your walk and a giggle in your talk. Makes my world go round, round, round. I said there ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny, make me spend my money, make me feel real loose like a long-necked goose. Oh, baby, that's what I like. Oh, what's that, honey? Pick you up at 8 and don't be late. But, baby, I ain't got no money, honey. Ha, 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 I said, oh, all right, honey. You know what I like. I said a Chantilly lace and a pretty face, a ponytail hanging down, a wiggle in your walk and a giggle in your talk. Makes my world go round, round, round. There ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny, make me spend my money. Make me feel real loose like a long-necked goose. Oh, baby, that's what I like. Alrighty, there you have it. That was just something I was going to kick off. How about some information about what's going on downtown, down in St. Charles, Missouri? That's right, there are things happening here in St. Charles. Yes, sir, Bob. St. Charles features a farmer's market. That's right, and generally on the 24th, which would be Friday. Is that right? Uh, yeah, June 6th, 2020 through October 24th, 2020. So that's Saturdays. Saturdays, reoccurring weekly on Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Located at the Foundry Arts Center parking lot at 500 North Riverside Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. Yes, farmers markets. Uh, what was the word I was getting ready to say? Provide fresh fruits and garden goods, eggs, and possible other things, baked goods, jams, soap, and much, much more. So come on down to St. Charles, Missouri at the farmers market on Saturday. That's right, every Saturday occurring on Saturdays. All right, how about the Beale Street Concert Series? Yes, sir, they are making their triumphant return. July 1st, that's right. July 1st, they're coming on back and coming on down. That's right, 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. What? 5 p.m. to 8 a.m.? That don't make a whole lot of sense. I think it's 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Located at the streets of St. Charles, Beale Street, St. Charles, Missouri. Yeah, I can't believe it's 8 a.m. Somebody had a misprint. I'll have to let them know. Come join us for another great season of Beale Street Market. At the Beale Street Market, there will be an art and farmers market held on Beale Street. And the first Wednesday of each month, May through September, from 5 to 8 p.m. Grab your friends and family and come check out the unique arts and homegrown foods that our vendors have to offer. Well, what happened to the concerts? Where did the concerts go? That really torques my chain because it's called the St. Charles. This thing jumps all over the place, don't it? It's called Beale Street Market. Okay. I thought it was a Beale Street concert series. No, not to be happening. All right, and then how about the July 4th fireworks display? That's right, July 4th, 2020, 9:20 p.m. Located where else but Frontier Park. That's 500 South Riverside Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. That's right, the city of St. Charles is pleased to announce that we will have a fireworks display on July 4th at 9:20 p.m. along the riverfront. While our community has been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, we made the decision months ago to cancel Riverfest for the safety of our residents and visitors. Since that time, our numbers in the county have fallen and restrictions have been lifted. Therefore, we feel confident that we can ask people to participate in social distancing as much as possible, and making masks are strongly encouraged. Please note Riverside Drive will be closed from from Boonslick Road all the way to Jefferson between the hours of Saturday 6 p.m. until Sunday 12 a.m. Please plan additional time for traffic and parking in the area. And there you have it. So apparently, I didn't see it. I didn't see that Riverfest is completely back on, but the fireworks display sure will be. So come on down and enjoy the fireworks. Because it said 9:20, it said on July 4th at 9:20 p.m. So that sounds like just the fireworks. Alrighty, there you have some events that are going on here in St. Charles. Well, I guess that's it because I'm not seeing any more events. It used to be differently posted differently. Anyway, let's see what else we got here going. Chunk, 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 boom, boom. How about another song? Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Put some music on it soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long. Never felt a feeling quite as strong. I can't believe how much it turns me on just to be your man. There's no hurry, don't you worry, we can take our time. Come a little closer, let's go over what I had in mind. I said, baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low. Put some music on that's soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long. Never felt a feeling quite this strong. Baby, I can't believe how much it turns me on. Just to be your man. I said, ain't nobody ever loved nobody the way that I love you. We are all alone now. You don't know how long I wanted to. I'll close them doors and put the lights down low. Put some music on it soft and slow. Baby, we ain't got no place to go. I hope you understand. I've been thinking about this all day long. Never felt a feeling quite as strong. I can't believe how much it turns me on. Just to be your man. I can't believe how much it turns me on. Just to be your man. There you go. Oh, let's see. As the midnight moon was drifting through the lazy sway of the tree, I saw a look in your eyes. Don't look into the night. Not saying what you wanted to see. Darling, don't say a word. I've already heard what your body is saying to mine. You're tired of the fast moves. You got a slow groove on your mind. You want a man with a slow hand. You want a lover with an easy touch. You want somebody who will spend some time, not come and go in a heated rush. Baby, believe me, I understand. When it comes to love, you want a slow hand. All right, that's enough of slow hand. Let's try this one. There's a house in New Orleans. Take all the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many poor boys. And God knows I am one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time he's satisfied is when he's all drunk. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to wear that ball and chain. Well, there's a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of so many poor boys, and God knows I'm one. Looks like it's story time for the Shen Show. And so here we go. The Goose Girl. Grab the kids, bring them on around the TV, and let them be horrified. Because this is another fairy tale of the Brothers Grimm. And there we go. Here we go. There was once an old queen whose husband had been dead for many of years, and she had a very beautiful daughter. When she grew up, she was betrothed to a prince in a distant country. When the time came for the maiden to be sent into this distant country to be married, the old queen packed up quantities of clothes and jewels, gold and silver cups, and ornaments, and in fact, everything suitable to a royal outfit, for she loved her daughter very dearly. She also sent a waiting woman to travel with her and to put her hand into that of the bridegroom. They were, they each had a horse. The princess' horse was called Falda, and it could speak. When the hour of departure came, the old queen went to her bedroom, and with a sharp little knife cut her finger and made it bleed. Then she held a piece of white chambray under it, and let 3 drops of blood fall onto it. This chamois she gave to her daughter, and said, "Dear child, take good care of this. It will stand you in good stead on your journey." They then they then bade each other a sorrowful farewell. The princess had the princess hid the piece of chamois in her bosoms, mounted her horse, and set out to her bridegroom's country. When they had ridden for a time, the princess became very thirsty, and said to the waiting woman, "Get down and fetch me some water in my cup from the stream. I must have something to drink." "If you are thirsty," said the waiting woman, "dismount yourself, lie down by the water and drink. I don't choose to be your servant." So in her, come up one more line there. So in her great thirst the princess dismounted, and stooped down to the stream, and drank, as she might not have her golden cup. And the poor princess said, "Alas!" And the drops of blood answered, "If your mother knew this, it would break her heart." The royal bride was humbled, so she said nothing, but mounted her horse again. Then they rode several miles further, but the day was warm, the sun was scorching, and the princess was soon thirsty again. When they reached a river, she called out again to her waiting woman, "Get down and give me a drink of some water in my golden cup." She had forgotten all about the rude words which had been said for her. But the waiting woman answered more loudly, heartily than ever, "If you want a drink, get the water for yourself. I won't be your servant." Being very thirsty, the princess dismounted, and knelt by the flowing waters. She cried and said, "Oh me!" And the drops of blood answered, "If your mother knew this, it would break her heart." While she stooped over the water to drink, the piece of chambray with the drops of blood on it fell out of her bosom, and floated away on the stream. But she never noticed this in her great fear, and the waiting woman, however, had seen it, and rejoiced at getting more power over the bride, who by losing the drops of blood had become weak and powerless. Now when she was about to mount her horse, Philanda, again the waiting woman, said, "By rights Philanda belongs to me. This jade will do for you. The poor little princess was obliged to give way. Then the waiting woman, in a harsh voice, ordered her to take off her royal robes, and to put on her own mean garments. Finally, she forced her to swear before heaven that she would not tell a creature at the court what had taken place. Had she not taken the oath, she would have been killed on the spot. But Philanda saw all this and marked it. I'm sure it says, the waiting woman then mounted Philanda, and put the real bride on her poor jade, and they continued their journey. There was a great rejoicing when they arrived at the castle. The prince hurried toward them, and lifted the waiting woman from her horse, thinking that she was his bride. She was led upstairs, but the real princess had to stay below. The old king, looking out the window, and saw the delicate, pretty little creature standing in the courtyard. So he went to the bridal apartments and asked the bride about her companion, who was left standing in the courtyard, and wished to know who she was. I picked her up along the way and brought her with me for company. Give the girl something to do to keep her from idling. But the old king had no work for her, and could not think of anything. At last he said, I have a little lad who looks after the geese. She may help him. The boy was called Little Conrad, and the real bride was sent with him to look after the geese. Soon after the false bride said to the prince, Dear husband, I pray you do me a favor. He answered, That will I gladly. Well then, let the knacker be called out to cut off the head of the horse I rode. It angered me on the way. Really, she was afraid that the horse would speak and tell of her treatment of the princess. So it was settled, and the faithful Falanda had to die. When this came to the ears of the princess, she promised the knacker a piece of gold if he would do her a single service. There was a great dark gateway to the town, through which she had to pass every morning and evening. Would he nail up Fonda's head in this gateway so that she might see him as she passed? The knacker promised to do as she wished, and when the horse's head was cut off, he hung it up in the dark gateway. In the early morning, when she and Conrad went through the gateway, she said in passing, Alas, dear Fonda, there thou hangest. And the head answered, Alas, queen, daughter, there is, alas, queen's daughter, there thou guests. If thy mother knew thy fate, her heart would be break with grief so great. Then they passed on out of the town right into the fields with the geese. And when they reached the meadow, the princess sat down on the grass and let down her hair. It shone like pure gold, and when little Conrad saw it, he was so delighted that he wanted to pluck some out. But she said, Blow, blow, little breeze, and Conrad's hat sighs. Let him join in the chase, while away it is whirled, till my tears are cured, and I rest in my place. Then a strong wind sprang up, which blew away Conrad's hat right over the field, and he had to run after it. When he came back, she had finished combing her hair, and it was all put up again, so he could not get a single hair. This made him very sulky, and he would not say another word to her. And they tended the geese till evening, and when they went home next morning, and then they went home. Next morning, when they passed under the gateway, the princess said, Alas, dear friend Fonda, there thou hangest. Fonda answered, Alas, queen's daughter, there thou gangst. If thy mother knew thy fate, her heart would break with grief so great. Again, when they reached the meadow, the princess undid her hair and began combing it. and Conrad ran to pluck some of it out, but she said quickly, "Blow, blow, little breeze," and Conrad's hat seized, and let him join in the chase, while away it is whirled, till my tresses are curled, and I rest in my place. The wind sprang up and blew Conrad's hat far away over the fields, and he had to run after it. When he came back, the hair was all put up again, and he could not pull a single hair out. And they tended the geese till the evening. And when they got home, Conrad went to the old king and said, "I won't tend geese with that maiden again." "Why not?" asked the king. "Oh, she vexes me every day." The old king then ordered him to say what she did to vex him. Conrad said, "In the morning, when we pass under the dark gateway with the geese, she talks to a horse's head which is hung up on the wall. She says, 'Alas, Fonda, there thou hangest.' And the horse head answers, 'Alas, Queen's daughter, there thou hangest. If thy mother knew thy fate, her heart would break with grief so great.'" Then Conrad went on to tell the king all that happens in the meadow, and how he had to run after his hat in the wind. The old king ordered Conrad to go out next day as usual. Then he placed himself behind the dark gateway, and heard the princess speaking to Fonda's head. He also followed her into the field, and hid himself behind a bush, and with his own eyes he saw Goose Girl and the lad come driving the geese into the field. Then after a time he saw the girl let down her hair, which glittered in the sun. Directly after this she said, "Blow, blow, little breeze, and Conrad's hat seize. Let him join in this chase, while away it is whirled, till my traces are curled, and I rest in my place." Then came a puff of wind, which carried off Conrad's hat, and he had to run after it. While he was away, the maiden combed and did her hair, and all of this the old king observed. Thereupon he went away unnoticed, and in the evening, when the goose girl came home, he called her aside and asked why she did all these things. "That I may not tell you, nor may I tell any human creature, for I have sworn it under the open sky, because if I had not done so, I should have lost my life." He pressed her sorely and gave her no peace, but he could not get anything out of her. Then he said, "If you won't tell me, then tell your sorrows to the iron stove there." And he went away. She crept up to the stove, and beginning to weep and lament, unburdened her heart to it, and said, "Here I am, forsaken by all the world, and yet I am a princess. A false waiting woman brought me to such a pass that fake I had to take off all my royal robes. Then she took my place with my bridegroom, while I have to do mean service as a goose girl. If my mother knew this, it surely would break her heart." The old king stood outside by the pipes of the stove and heard all that she had said. Then he came back and told her to go away from the stove. He caused royal robes to be put upon her, and her beauty was a marvel. The old king called his son and told him that he had a false bride, and she was only a waiting woman. But the true bride was here, the so-called goose girl. The young princess was charmed with the young prince was charmed with her youth and beauty. A great banquet was prepared, to which all the countries and good friends were bidden. The bridegroom sat at the head of the table, with the princess on one side and the waiting woman at the other. But she was dazzled, and did not recognize the princess in her brilliant apparel. When they had eaten and drank and were all very merry, the old king put a riddle to the waiting woman. What does a person deserve who deceives his master? Telling the whole story and ending by asking, what doom does he deserve? The false bride answered, no better than this. He must be put stark naked into a barrel stuck with nails, and be dragged along by two white horses from street to street until he is dead. That is your own doom, said the king, and the judgment shall be carried out. When the sentence was fulfilled, the young prince married his true bride, and they ruled together their kingdom, together in peace and happiness. And there you have it, the Goose Girl. That was another Grimm's fairy tale. That's right, it sure certainly was. Do-do-do-do, boom, boom, boom. Ooh, that's gonna be ooh, I hope that's short. It is. Tomorrow, you know what? We're going to do Rapunzel. Now, I know Rapunzel is a good story, but that's beside the point. That's tomorrow. Oh, let's see. We'll go back and save this. Okay. Now then, it looks like it's about time for our portion of the program called Our Daily Bread. And so, therefore, here we go. Today's today's devotion is called Deep Rooted Faith. Today's Daily Bread is brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible, which covers two verses, part from the Old Testament and part from the New Testament. Not necessarily two verses, but two sections of the Bible. Today's sections will be Job 3 through 4 and Acts 7, 44 through 60. That is the Bible with Briscoe 2020. Okay, now let's see. Today's daily bread is a deep-rooted faith. And well, you know, how much more can you have deep-rooted faith than just understanding the Word of God? And believing within all your heart that no matter what occurs, that it is God's will, and that He is always looking out for your best interests, and whatever comes along, if it does not kill you, it does make you stronger. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. And that was me. I was made stronger due to the fact I was not killed in my accident. And I say stronger, which I mean stronger in my faith to God and knowing where I'm going whenever I die. Anyway, today's scriptures are going to be Matthew 13, 18 through 23. So here we go. Matthew 13, 18 through 23. Listen then to what the parable of the sower means. When anyone hears the message about the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what was sown in their heart. This is the seed sown along the path. The seed falling on rocky ground refers to someone who hears the word and at once receives it with joy. But since they have no root, that lasts only a short time. When trouble or persecution comes because of the word, they quickly fall away. The seed falling among the thorns refers to someone who hears the word, but the worries of this life and the deceitfulness of wealth choke the word, making it unfruitful. But the seed falling on good soil refers to someone who hears the word and understands it. This is the one who produces a crop yielding 160 or 30 times what was sown. And there you have it. Matthew 13:18 through 23. Be like the seed that was sown in the good soil. Okay, that looks like the end of the Shen Show for today, folks. Thank you for tuning in. I do have one more song for you, and it'll go. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Ba-do, ba-do. I say goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Whoa, I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here's been Shenandoah Bresco saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show. And as always, you know God loves you and so do I. So be blessed and come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.